I like this music better. Live. Okay, hold on for this one. Live from CNBC's homepage, where the first article that featured a woman, which was the 22nd story we counted,
Wow.
was called Last Minute Valentine's Day Plans, 3 credit card perks that can help. It's an all-new terrific Tuesday edition of Business Pants. Yeah, joined by analyst Matt Moscardi on today's optimistic love fest of our wonderful contemporary society called February 3rd, 2026. Biz Nuggets!
Whoa, there was a lot of irony in that last sentence, I feel
There's a lot of sarcastic irony going on. Yeah, I don't know why. I was on CNBC and it just like hit me like, what's happening? It's just like all men everywhere. I'm there, and I didn't even do the race thing because they're all white men, but I didn't even go there.
You didn't even have to play the race card.
There was a nice article about credit card perks for Valentine's Day. And who's that even? Is that speaking to the man, I guess? Because there was a picture of a woman.
Well, the picture is of the woman
so
that
it's the man who's
wishes
buying,
was his Valentine.
And the man it's the man using the credit card, right? It's not the woman.
The man goes and gets the credit card and uses it on that woman.
Yeah. So I'm not even sure the article is about a woman, but there was a picture of a woman, so I counted it. Good going, CNBC. All right, you ready for some nuggets?
Yeah.
Wait. Before we get to it, our show today is being sponsored by FreeFlow Analytics at freeflowanalytics.com, the only platform measuring board power, connections, and performance for free.
Love them.
That's actually true, all of that.
Yeah,
it really is. We just had a conversation with a couple of gentlemen who are starting some kind of a proxy advisory firm. And I said to him, and I realized when I was saying it that I was actually telling the truth, because usually I'm a big fat liar. It's the only data set that articulates performance, right? Director performance.
Well, there's another competitor to Free Float that does performance, but they don't really influence is the sauce, but right? Like it's performance attribution. So like if you're on Mark Zuckerberg's board, if you're on Mark Zuckerberg's board, you get all the glory of being like a Facebook director, where Free Float says, no, Zuckerberg owns you. He picked you. You have no power. There's no point in you getting all the glory of Facebook's performance. That's the way. That's the difference. All right, that's the sauce.
Before we get to Biz Nuggets, we're gonna trade off this week. I didn't know where to put all this, and I don't know that you have any. I haven't looked at yours.
I have a couple.
I didn't know that you covered the Epstein files, but I had to just dump this somewhere, so I'm going to do it quickly at the beginning of the show. Just to put it out there, because we cover CEOs, directors, executives, and I just wanted to I need to put this somewhere, get it off my chest. So in our We Officially Don't Care Anymore headline of the week, here we go.
Now you're going to read them all.
I'm going to read them all. I'll try to go quickly.
Hold on, I'll cross out the one that I'm going to cover. So
I don't have a joke here. I'm just stating that the state of our corporate world and the fact that like everything keeps going. Like these kind of things used to be like the train was off the tracks, right? People were getting fired. Like I just can't understand our modern world. Yeah.
I mean, it is fairly impossible to believe 10 years ago.
It's horrible. It's horrifying.
That if people were named 10 years ago, if you were named in Jeffrey Epstein's like files, you would have been fired instantaneously. Like there basically would be.
So far, I think the only person who I think that has stepped down is someone like in Slovakia, like someone
Prince Andrew. I think.
Okay, but he's already
no longer a prince.
All right, here we go. Mark Zuckerberg's wild dinner with Epstein revealed in files. Jeffrey Epstein emails reveal extensive ties with top Goldman Sachs lawyer. Former Windows 8 boss recruited Epstein to help negotiate his messy Microsoft exit. CBS News weighs firing Peter Attia in wake of Jeffrey Epstein emails. Barry Weiss reluctant to axe him. Jeffrey Epstein asked for Snow White costume weeks before Jess Staley email. Jess Staley was the former at
BP. Yeah.
Brad Karp says he regrets interactions with Epstein.
No, not BP. Sorry.
The
bank.
The bank. Which bank?
It was the British bank, HSBC, right?
Brad Karp, you can look it up. Brad Karp says he regrets interactions with Epstein. ARMI board says it plans to review Kamen's ties to Epstein. Elon Musk emailed extensively with Jeffrey Epstein, asking to visit his notorious island. Department of Justice Epstein releases outlines ties with Boulder restaurateur Kimbal Musk. Google founder Sergey Brin had a long relationship with Maxwell and visited Epstein's island. Epstein files reveal Peter Thiel's elaborate dietary restrictions. Epstein contacted women for Steve Tisch, co-owner of the New York Giants. Emails flesh out warm relationship between Epstein and Richard Branson. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick planned a trip to Epstein's island in 2012. And then finally from Wired magazine, the tech elites and the Epstein files. Reid Hoffman, 2,700 files. Bill Gates, 2,600 files. Peter Thiel, 2,300 files. Elon Musk, 1,100 files. Larry Page, 300 files. Sergey Brin, 300 files. Mark Zuckerberg, 300 files. Jeff Bezos, 200 files. And then Eric Schmidt, 200 files. I didn't even comb the entire internet here. I'm just like, this is just the...
Well, yeah. I did write a tiny bit of code to ping the site and search for names of directors.
Right.
I think when people are done, and this isn't even the complete set of files. This is the redacted set of files.
Redacted, heavily redacted, yeah.
That is they said when you have to say we're not protecting Trump, that usually means you're protecting Trump. He's not even like there are files missing about him that we know exist. So this isn't even complete. But the best headline in there is that the Epstein files reveal Peter Thiel's elaborate dietary restrictions.
I didn't like that one. Unfortunately, that was from Wired. I looked that one up. That didn't make me happy. You know what the common denominator here is? They all seem to be white men. Let's start with that. But beyond that, they're all people that we have long complained that they have control of their empire. There's no way to get rid of these people. Most of these people. There's really no other than Elon Musk, where the board and the shareholders actually could maybe do something. They refuse to. Right? All of them seem to have been in power at places where they had full control of the board, right? I mean, so anyway, let's move on. Let's try to be funny now.
Well, I mean, Trump just said he wants to nationalize the elections in this country. So they're well on their way to
getting rid of all democracies.
Taking the corporate democracy and just putting it in place of the federal democracy.
Let's try to say something funny.
All right, say something funny, and then I'll go.
I don't think any of mine are funny when I look at them. They're just me being like sad and angry. If Musk can manipulate the market with fake promises, why can't I? Headline of the week. NVIDIA's CEO says a $100 billion pledge for OpenAI was never a commitment.
Oh, I like that.
I like that Jensen Huang is, someone finally, and I think one of us predicted this, but some other CEO is finally realizing, like, wait a minute, I can just say whatever I want, the market's going to react, and no one's going to do anything about it. Unless I'm like, if I'm Mary Barra or Marissa Mayer, they'll come after me. But especially if I'm a tech CEO, who's going to do anything?
Yeah, I did just see a headline that Jim Cramer said that Mary Barra doesn't get enough credit for the great job she's done at GM.
Okay, well, good for you, Jim Cramer. What do you got? Make us laugh.
I got one. In our report, Elon Musk will earn a 10% merger fee for negotiating with himself during merger talks. Headline of the week.
Yeah.
Elon Musk's SpaceX acquiring AI startup XAI ahead of potential IPO.
Wait, I fell for that. Is that true? I actually believe that. But he is gonna get. Yeah, he's gonna make money off this. I mean,
like, here's actually what he said. Here's a quote from him. Quote: "My estimate is that within 2 to 3 years, the lowest cost way to generate AI compute will be in space." Which means I used my Musk calculator. I actually have a Musk calculator on my desk.
Yeah.
Where when he says a date, I plug it into the Musk calculator and it tells me the actual date this might happen, but probably never will.
It adds never to the sum.
Which just as an example, when Musk said in 2016 he would land on Mars by 2022, I put that in the calculator and it said never. That's what it said. That means AI space compute could be anywhere from, it said 10 to 400 years away. So
what?
It's a big range on that calculator.
So the whole idea here is that he wants to build like data centers in space. Is that the dumb thing we're doing here?
That's what we're doing now. Honestly, good. Get your data centers, put them in outer space. You know what? Put them as close to the sun as you can get. Put them on the sun. Do it. Just get it gone.
Is there not? Okay, first of all, I don't really even know how we're going to cool them in space, but let's forget all that.
It's really cold in space. That's not a problem.
But there's no... But isn't space a vacuum? Well, let's not get into this part. I am not a scientist. I don't know much about it. But here's the one thing that made me think is that we are so far off in everything we talk about with tech and IT. We're really in a modern day Cold War, right? We are. These guys are geniuses at coming up with bullshit in order to get funded, like wild amount of billions and billions of dollars. So he's now going to promise all this bullshit in space that probably, to your point, will never happen. But they will throw so much money at him just for the promise of maybe pretend doing a thing, right? Because I imagine the cost of erecting these things in space are outlandishly high. High.
You know what? This honestly is the most possible thing he's ever said, I feel like. Because, like, by all accounts, harvesting solar energy outside of Earth's atmosphere, like with a permanent sort of satellite setup, is possible, and we have the technology now, and he's got the spaceships to kind of do it. And then if you just do the AI compute there and beam it back down using Starlink technology, which he already has. Work. But that's not the point.
Yeah.
The point here is the bro masters of the universe, all they have to do is say a thing and pay themselves. Like, it doesn't matter. Nobody's asking for this, right? Like, what we're asking for is actually less AI. I don't want AI. You know what? We have like one of those Google, home systems. Like, what are they called? I don't remember. Nest or whatever.
Sure.
And all we use it for is to time how long we're cooking things and to like ask what the weather is that day. That's literally all we use it for. And now on a daily basis, it says, would you rather use Google's Gemini AI to have a conversation with this, device? Set it up in your settings. And I'm like, shut up. I will do that if I ever want to. And the answer is never. Your turn.
Okay. We're not funny. This is not funny anymore. Come on, we're losing the heart of Biz Nuggets. I'll try to say something funny.
Although, bring it back.
I realize that none of mine are funny. In our anybody but Bob Chapek, or a woman named Bob Chapek, headline of the week. Disney names Parks boss Josh D'Amaro as its next CEO to succeed Bob Iger. I mean, thank God
Did they name it officially?
Yes, it's official. But can we at least praise Disney for once again going to the parks division which failed with Bob Chapek and avoiding the woman Dana Walden, who's supposed to be some kind of like content guru. But so congratulations, Disney. And I looked at Josh D'Amaro. He has that Bob Iger kind of look. He's a very thin, suave white man.
Yeah, he's shiny dudes.
Yeah, he looks like a Hollywood character. Yeah. So congratulations, Disney.
I don't know if that doesn't make me feel good either.
No.
How about this though?
Yeah.
You already said the headline, but I'm going to say it the right way.
Yeah.
They somehow misspelled both restaurateur and brother. Headline of the week.
Yeah.
DOJ Epstein release outlines ties between Boulder restaurateur Kimbal Musk. So restaurant.
So they really did misspell it? Yeah, they really did misspell it.
They did misspell it. And they wrote Boulder, not brother. They meant like Boulder, Colorado. But I'm pretty sure they should have written, the only reason why this would be a headline at all is because this is Kimbal Musk, brother of Elon Musk. And I did see a follow-up report that said experts are now predicting that this news will bring his board vote on the Tesla board down from 79% in favor 2 years ago to 76%.
Yeah, people are really going to care about this. Yeah, this was an article from the a Colorado-based biz journals. So, and I guess he owns restaurants in the Colorado area.
Like
but you're right,
like vegan burgers there, like.
Anyway,
what are we doing?
I don't know. Let's move on.
This is a man who investors elect and every 3 years to the
Don't make
board.
me. I can't. I really can't with this stuff. Honestly, like that he's in the Epstein files. Like that's it. You should be off the board.
I read you found it. We read the thing, and it's like not good stuff. He's in the Epstein files.
I mean, I was like in this rabbit hole yesterday. There's this stupid new group, this investor group that is tied to the Bible and Christianity, and they're on Fox News, and they're going after woke companies. And really, what that means is they're against really two things. They're against DEI, which is black people and women. and they're against anything LGBTQ, which is gay people.
Yeah.
That's the only thing they care about, and yet this is happening.
I mean, the president. This is happening.
This is happening.
We know the president of the United States is involved in this, and then when you get to like tertiary and
I can't
20 layers down, we've got Kimbal Musk who's on a board. And investors have been saying well, whatever. He's the CEO's brother, and it's fine.
No,
really?
It's not fine. It's never been fine. All right,
go ahead. Your turn.
In our congratulations, shareholders, your vote has been forwarded to the Illusion of Control Department. Headline of the week: Reclaiming the vote. What the rise of pass-through voting means for banks.
Oh, okay. I'm going to do that same headline. You ready?
Go for it.
In our we can finally go from 99.8% of directors winning elections to 99.9% of directors winning elections. Headline of the week: Reclaiming the vote. What the rise of pass-through voting means for banks.
What's the point? Is it just like another way of controlling something? Like, I don't get the point.
It's nationalizing elections. Like,
so is it just they're just trying to create like a soft landing into getting rid of all of shareholder voting? Is that it?
No, they're never going to get rid of it, but it's just going to be a pretend thing. Like, Exxon
why do they even need
reclaiming, air quote, the retail vote, right? That's a nationalizing of elections.
But we started back like 5 years ago. Remember when they had all these? Nell Minow was at it, one of them. These testimonies in front of Congress and talking about shareholder proposals. And our point then, and her point as well, which is, these things don't pass. They're not controlling our capitalism. Like, there's no left-wing takeover of capitalism. Like, so I just don't even know why they're bothering doing all this. It's just silly.
Not only do they not pass, but over 10 to 20-year spans, they've been responsible for data that actual investors like and use.
Yeah, that they use to do their due diligence.
Regularly for every investment decision.
All right. I'm not sure what all the fuss is about. He did say he would listen closely, quote, and, quote, guests want great design, real value, and experiences that delight, end quote. Headline of the week. Those are both real quotes. Listen closely, guests want great design, real value, and experiences that delight. In his day one message, Target's new CEO ignored the elephant in the room. People noticed. So now we finally reached the point where the new CEO of Target, he's now officially there, Michael Fidelki. He put out a memo. He put out his first statement. We all wondered, would he do it? Would he break the Cornell curse? Would he actually talk about what's happening? No, he didn't talk about anything.
I covered that headline too. You ready?
Do it.
In our big announcement, new Target CEO says Target loves gays and brown folk, hates ICE, and is officially rebranding as Target. In a new statement, headline of the week: Target just made a big change this weekend. Here's what to know. The actual headline said Target just made a big change this weekend. Here's what to know. The big change, this is Fidelki's big change, was he wants to lead with merchandising authority. He wants to elevate the guest experience.
What does that mean?
He wants to accelerate technology.
Sure, they all do.
And he wants to strengthen our team and communities.
Yes.
He said, quote, in the weeks ahead, my focus is simple: listen closely, move with clarity and urgency, and lead with purpose.
Yeah, this is all from the letter. Yeah, listen closely.
It's all from the letter. So I'm just excited for finally Target will be accelerating technology and leading with merchandising authority. I was thinking the whole time that's what you're missing, Target. Merchandising authority.
Let me preface this by once again applauding the great work of the people of Minneapolis. One of the great resistances in modern day America.
Yeah, it's like Andor.
Their presence in that city and fighting for their fellow citizens and neighbors is really, it's the heartwarming part of this story. Now, Michael Fidelki says in his letter he's going to listen closely. It's going on right there. What else are you hearing? Like, it's right on the streets of your company. It's not even just that one of your retail locations is in Minneapolis. The headquarters, your company headquarters, is in Minneapolis. What's he hearing, Matt? What's he listening to?
You know what's funny to me? It is what's happening in Minnesota is a lot like the show Andor, which I watched. And at the same time,
because I badgered you into watching it.
Which I loved. It was fabulous. The woman who oversaw Andor, woman Dana Walden, was passed over for somebody else. So it's like everything's happening. It's like it is coming to life. It's like the person who recognizes the rebellion is passed over for the white guy with a nice smile, and Michael Fidelki's busy listening.
He's listening. But not really. I mean, but is he? Is he listening? In our forget those assholes, we're curing baldness headline of the week. The Chan Zuckerberg initiative cut 70 jobs as the Meta CEO's philanthropy goes all in on mission to cure or prevent all disease.
All?
You see, this is the best gaslighting. Wow. It's like, okay, we don't really care about these employees. We don't care about their families. We don't care. This is America. We know they're not going to have health insurance anymore. We don't give a crap because we're going to cure everything. Because we're geniuses and we're going to do everything great. So forget about that. We're firing those people. Just forget it.
By the way, worth noting at this point in the show, this is probably the funniest show we've ever done.
All right, keep going. Go. What do you got?
In our CEO of company says he hires based entirely on sock color. Quote, socks say more about a person than background, personality, education, or conversation ever could. Headline of the week. CEO of 1.25 billion AI company says he hires Gen Z because they're less biased than older generations. Too much knowledge is actually bad, he warns.
I can't believe we're here. We've been joking about this for weeks.
What are we doing?
How they're basically telling Americans don't go to college anymore. It's pointless. And now we're just saying outright that knowledge is bad. Being wise, being older, knowledge is bad.
What are we doing? Too much knowledge is actually bad.
I have the same headline. I'll just get it over with. In our finally a business model that built entirely on who CEOs can control better. Headline of the week. CEO. Yeah, you already said it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I don't like any
to
of
their
this.
point to CEOs. It is easier if you have a candidate, if you have a worker who hasn't gone to college, right? Who hasn't been through the 4 years of not only. There are two things that are super important at college. My daughter's in college right now, so I witness this every time I talk to her. It's the academic rigor. They put these kids through a lot. At least the college that my daughter's going to. She works hard, and they give her a lot of work, and it's impressive. But also, the education you get in just being a person and just learning to adapt to other people around you, to your classmates, your professors. Even little things like doing your laundry, this is what it's all about. This is the social and academic experiment of American colleges. So, I just love that CEOs are now saying, screw it. We don't need knowledge. We don't need learning. It's all
you
dopey.
You should know less and have no pre-existing thoughts before you come to work for me.
Be a plumber, or you're not going to need money in the future, or whatever.
Really, they're saying, but there's two
pointless.
camps here. It is funny to hear the CEO sort of diverge into two camps, which are overlapping. But it is the be a plumber, be a construction worker, do a trade. That's what we're. Alex Karp of Palantir said. You should be a peasant.
And Jensen Wang said that you should be a plumber.
So there's that camp, right? Yep. And then the other camp is you need to have less knowledge. You need to have no opinions. I will give you the greatest education that you can have by just working here. We don't want anyone with elite skills, elite college backgrounds.
Yeah. They're making the game plan obvious because I'm sure one of the things you do learn in a liberal education, and I don't mean liberal as in liberal versus conservative, but in a liberal arts education, is probably that the oligarchy might be bad for culture. That's probably one thing they might study.
Is to think. That's what you're supposed to come out with.
Right.
Thinking.
I think it's your. Is it your turn?
Yeah, it's my turn. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
After trying waterboarding, tickling, and actual blackmail, Albert Bourla says he preferred psychological torture to incentivize his workers. Headline of the week. Pfizer CEO says he used emotional blackmail to get employees to achieve impossible goals during COVID-19.
I have an Albert Bourla one. I'm going to do an Albert Bourla one. In our Truth Has Side Effects headline of the week, Pfizer CEO Albert Bourla's best leadership advice: being optimistic is better than being right.
Oh, well, that is the tech bro way.
Right? Like, yeah, you don't want to forget accuracy and truth and facts, right? You just have to paint like a they're science fiction writers or something. Just believe in what you want to believe in, yeah.
But don't believe in it when you get here, because when you get here, we don't want you to have any knowledge or bias. So don't have any beliefs. We will hire you. And then we will tell you what optimism looks like so that you can ignore facts and do exactly what it is that we think the future should be.
Actually, I gotta say, I miss the good old days when Big Pharma was like the only thing that people complained about. Now it's like every industry people are worried about. But yeah, go ahead. It's your turn.
It's my turn? All right, I'll go next. In our "This is not the company I signed up for" headline of the week, employees say Target is MIA in Minneapolis. This is not the company I signed up for. In fact, this article, they interviewed a bunch of Target employees in Minneapolis, in Minnesota. And one of the Target workers actually saw a statement. I've never seen a quote like this, but they saw a statement by another CEO. They saw Patagonia's CEO, Ryan Gellert, wrote a statement. He said, and this is worth reading the whole thing.
Sure.
This isn't the whole statement, but this is a big quote of it. Quote, "This has been a moment of incredible pain for so many. The shootings of Renee Good and Alex Preddy happened about 20 minutes from our St. Paul store, a location that's been part of our community for 21 years. It's part of a tragic pattern that has seen U.S. citizens snatched by federal agents and shipped to facilities far from friends and family, and children as young as 5 detained, all with ever-shifting explanations and overheated rhetoric that changes with each passing news cycle. Tragically, it's not just Minneapolis that is affected. We are witnessing the militarization of our cities, the expansion of unchecked enforcement power, and a pattern of violence that disproportionately targets the most vulnerable communities and populations." That's part of what Ryan Gellert wrote. And a Target worker said of that statement, a Target worker said this. I don't know what Target worker's reading these statements, but good for them. Said, quote, "This is what leadership I want to follow looks like."
Okay.
I mean, that's what people want. They want you to stand up for them. They don't want you to lead with merchandising authority. That is not the thing that your employees have ever said they care about.
I mean, let's be clear too. The Target headquarters is in downtown Minneapolis. I mean, it's not like
of course it is.
It's not in the suburbs, like 80 miles away. I mean, it is right there. It is right in the thick of everything going on.
I mean, Patagonia is not located in Minneapolis, except they have a store, right? Like in St. Paul, 20 miles away, and their CEO is out there saying stuff.
Okay, my turn to be outraged. But forget that shit. Go Seahawks. Headline of the week. Microsoft AI CEO says Molt Book shows how convincing AI can be mistaken for consciousness. Have you heard about Molt Book?
Yeah.
So Moltbook is this
social network for just AIs,
and what they're saying basically is that everyone's angry about it, everyone's warning about it. But what they're basically saying is like, it's like a breeding ground for AI to become conscious, right? I mean, it's all happening right in front of our eyes. But forget
that
it.
Said,
let's go watch the
I
Super
do
Bowl.
hope the Patriots win. I do hope the Patriots win.
Yeah, but the Microsoft AI CEO, he wants the Seattle to win.
In our Gus, good news. You've been promoted. We will now refer to you as the in-house proxy voting system. No, it comes with no new responsibilities. You don't have to worry. We know you're busy ordering the office supplies. No, this is actually less responsibility. Just find the for button for every director and against button for everything an investor wrote. Got it? Congratulations. It also comes with no extra pay. Headline of the week. Wells Fargo switches to in-house proxy voting system. And their voting system, it will determine proxy votes using a policy and a set of instructions it has developed. That's what they said.
Great.
That's it.
Yeah.
What I mean, how much nuance do you really need when electing all your 80,000 representatives in your portfolio? You could just have a policy and a set of instructions.
I guess this is why they're saying, like, don't bother going to college, because they're going to fire you anyway and just have, like, some dumb system set up by some algorithm, right? I mean,
it is bananas. You got, like, JP Morgan just did the same thing, and I know everybody wants to talk about how great
everyone's
it is.
going to be doing this. Everyone.
Do you fucking moes know how often you vote for directors already? Like, what is the rule? Vote for directors every time? That's the rule? Like, is that a rule? That's not a rule.
I must be angry this week because I've already sworn 3 times. And our asshole oligarch finds an even less regulated jurisdiction than Texas. Headline of the week. Elon Musk, SpaceX acquiring AI startup XAI ahead of potential IPO. Wah, 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 wah.
Yeah.
You think it's going to...
Yeah.
So, what... Do you think he's gonna? If he were really like Elon Musky, wouldn't he try to get this? Wouldn't he get this headquartered in not Delaware, obviously, not even Texas or Nevada,
it's gonna be Texas.
But couldn't he do like space? Couldn't he be cheeky and do like create
no
some
jurisdiction there,
right?
Yeah.
Create some kind of space town up there or something. That's the true Dexit is space.
I'm excited for FanDuel. This is what we've reduced ourselves to. I'm excited for FanDuel to release odds on whether this will be a dual-class company with a classified board, whether Kimbal Musk will be on the board.
Of course, because somehow he's angry about his own situation, even though he wins every election. Yeah.
I think he's going to retain like a 90% voting power.
Interesting.
I think he's going to sell like 10% for $1 trillion.
They're not going to have a bet on that, are they?
But isn't that all we care about? Like, can I bet on this?
Well, actually, to that, I know this is off topic. How do those companies decide?
It'll be Kalshi.
How do they decide what to vote on? I mean, what you can bet on and what you can't bet on?
At Kalshi, with the futures markets, you can bet on anything. They just call them event contracts. They now no longer call it gambling.
You could bet on this.
You probably will be able to.
But wouldn't
you'll be able to bet on is the date, most likely, of the IPO.
But isn't the insider trading of it all isn't going to go crazy? What if you knew? What if you were working on the team that was like creating those contracts?
Oh, yeah. No, that's
our world,
the problem, and everybody just knows that's the problem, and no one cares.
Okay, I think I only have one more.
In fact, right now, I can tell you there are about 20 SpaceX bets.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, and what precludes a SpaceX employee from doing this? Anything?
Goodwill.
Okay. I think I only have one more headline.
I have 2.
So why don't you go, then I'll do my last one.
Okay. In our not to be outdone, the Trump administration is looking into inventing a new type of energy they call hot star energy. Headline
hot star
of the week.
Energy, yeah. Because the sun is woke.
The amount of new solar power production capacity China is manufacturing is legitimately mind-blowing. Did you see the chart?
No, I did not.
China has effectively changed the amount of like energy mix over the last couple of years, and solar grew exponentially.
Well, are they just manufacturing and installing solar cells everywhere?
They just have solar cells everywhere. They have solar panels on. They've got like solar collectors out in their desert. They're just like, you know what?
I was going to say,
it's cheap. It's great.
In the mountain west of America, starting with like Arizona, New Mexico, there's just all there is sun. I mean, and there's no people living anywhere. I mean, what are we waiting for?
They're waiting for the Trump administration to release hot star energy. That's what
they're waiting for those weird boys that run our government now to not associate the sun with some kind of version of like femininity or something. Like, because they have determined that only oil has a penis, but that the sun.
I think that's anatomically correct.
The sun is a girl, right? Like, these people are so out of their minds. They're out of their minds. All right, finally, in our Target CEO gives seminar on moral silence. Headline of the week. German FA slaps down proposal to boycott World Cup as Trump rebuke. He says debates on sports policy should be conducted internally and not in public. What the hell does that mean? Like,
I don't even know what that means.
So you can only
only have an opinion with quietly. Somebody else that you work with.
Yeah, because that's the thing about this Michael Fidelki thing that makes me the most insane, I think, is that unless he's just completely out of it, which is possible, imagine the amount of conversations he's actually having about what's going on. He must be talking about it, right?
No, look, yes.
It's all, but it's all in private.
But like
all of
it? He worked for literally 20 years under Brian Cornell.
So he's learned to just keep his mouth shut? Or he's learned that because one
what was like Brian Cornell's big lesson?
Weird Christian organization got mad at like selling Pride merchandise in one Target.
Like, it's one internet.
That's enough to say
annoyed.
Like don't do anything ever again.
Yeah, Brian Cornell's big lesson in supporting gay people and black people and women in this country, his lesson was not, this is great for business, which he did say, and the numbers bore out.
And it was.
Yeah. They actually have numbers to prove that it was great for business.
And the right thing to do.
His lesson was, one internet troll can make you look stupid, and therefore you should never say anything ever again.
Yeah, but make you look stupid to who? To only the people who are fans of that internet troll, right?
To the bots that promote the internet troll? Yeah. All right,
okay,
I'm going to finish this up. Here's the last one. In our men say Call of Duty Black Ops 7 and ChatGPT conversations that convinced them they had a revolutionary idea about beer koozies were the number one reason they let their wives do the caregiving and childcare last year, according to new data. Headline of the week.
Whoa, what's a mouthful?
Women say caregiving and childcare costs are the number one reason they quit the workforce last year, according to new data.
Think how depressing that is.
Yeah. Prior to that, it was actually, the pandemic was actually better because they had help at home because everyone had to be at home.
No, they had help from home, but they actually had bosses who were temporarily like sympathetic to the idea of working from home, right? I mean, but that's all gone. That's all gone.
And, post-pandemic was like one of the most productive periods in America, right?
Now
there was so much work.
And what's great, too, is that not only are they not allowed to work from home anymore, but they're like ridiculed for it. The idea of doing it is ridiculed.
Yeah. Now Jamie Dimon's telling them to shut up and get back into the office. Meanwhile, men are too busy on ChatGPT with whatever,
or on Epstein Island, I guess,
stroking them about their brilliant idea for something. It's some of the stupidest things.
All right, we failed once again. We've had like 6 straight.
I think it was really funny. I think it was
6 straight biz nuggets where we failed to really be uplifting.
This is the funniest show we've ever done. That's all we've got. That's Hazelnut Rawless. I'm your analyst, Matt Mascardi. We are free float. Come back on Friday when we wrap up the week. I don't know if there's a shareholder primacy this week, but there will be a proxy countdown.
I'm ready.
We're ready. We're ready and raring to go. So we'll have that for you. Until then, goodbye.